This journey starts, as every journey must, leaving home. I'm not sure we knew why we were going, or what we were looking for, only that we needed to go. We were being beckoned by the mystery of the unknown. What will we find around the bend? What lays over the horizon? What stories wait to be discovered? I'll be honest, that first 700 kilometers or so, we didn't find much. The straight, never-ending, flat roads of the Canadian prairies stretched out ahead of us, seemingly forever. Slowly, it turned our curved motorcycle tires flatter than I was in junior high. We stopped for lunch in Hanna, Alberta, and ate our meal under the soulful eyes of Nickelback, an erroneously disparaged icon of Canadiana. On and on the miles passed. Our minds contemplated deep thoughts such as, someone or something has already drunk the water you just drank. When a company offers you a discount to reinstate your subscription with them, they are, in essence, admitting that they overcharged you in the first place. Anyways, we called it a day and found a clean, quiet motel in Outlook, Saskatchewan. We unloaded our bikes, lubed our chains, and fell asleep with road noise still buzzing in our ears. Since Rosetown, CJ had noticed a stiffness to his bike, like it was occasionally hesitating. We found a section of his chain had decided to seize itself together. So the next day, we kept the chain well lubed and prayed that the miles, the heat, and lube would work the thing loose. Mid-morning on day 2, we were merrily in the middle of nowhere, Saskatchewan, when CJ's bike let him know he had 50 kilometers of gas left in his tank. Guess who never filled their emergency gas canister? It was me. So if CJ ran out of gas, we had 1 liter of backup fuel. That would let us ride maybe 5 kilometers. so starting to sweat a little, as there was no signs of any town nearby, I did notice a wee little town about 8 kilometers away on Google Maps. Maybe, just maybe, we could make it. Bless the little hamlet of Simpson, Saskatchewan, and their one gas station. What didn't get filmed was CJ's ignition key breaking in half in his gas tank lock. Thank goodness he carries a spare and was able to just barely grab the nub of the key and pull it out of his gas tank. That was a close call. Had that been me, my spare was nice and safe at home, about 900 kilometers away. Now, with our tanks full of gas and our bellies full of breakfast, we continued on our way, and CJ continued to have chain binding issues. Traders in Yorkton, Saskatchewan came to our rescue. They had only one chain that would work. It was made for a dirt bike, not a big touring bike. But, out of options, we went for it, and babied that chain for the rest of our trip. We get to see more bike shops this way. The chain fix slowed our schedule, and we spent the night in Dauphin, Manitoba, before continuing on. The next day we should make up time by taking a shortcut right between two lakes. Everything will be back on track. So somewhere we missed our turnoff, and what should have been this awesome little Interlakes road kind of, well, we were just chatting and enjoy the scenery, and next thing you know, we showed up at a place and looked at the map, and we were way south, like so south that instead of going between two lakes, we're now going below one really long lake, and now we have to work our way all the way back up. So we're gonna go check out Portage La Prairie on our way to Winnipeg, and then up through Selkirk and into Winnipeg Beach. And we'll do Gimli sometime. Game on! The next few days were full of family, visiting, and local sightseeing.
One more.
We finally had to say our goodbyes and start heading back west, nursing CJ's bike chain all the way. We did make a short stop in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan to see the bootleg tunnels of Al Capone. That was totally worth the stop. As we ate up the miles and got closer to home, I got thinking about the past week. It wasn't all the Canadian sights that we saw that made the trip so memorable. It was all the people we met. The farmers in the cafe that we shared breakfast with, the staff at Schrader's Motors that chatted with us while our bike was being fixed. It was the family that we shared stories and laughter with. It was the Blue Bombers and their families at practice that we got to spend time with. So, as much as Canada is full of quirky sights, statues, and history, it is, above all, the people that make Canada the beautiful place it is.